Hearty welcome to all knowledge seekers to my channel. This is Dr. Madhusudan Rao Kadapa. In this video, I am going to explain about the definition, characteristics, objectives, and scope of operations management. First, let us see what is operation. In any organization, whether it is product oriented or service oriented organization, there are several processes or events or activities which have to be conducted in order to carry out the production of good or providing service. So operations are the activities or sequence of processes which have to be carried out in order to produce a product or to provide a service. Coming to management, it is the art of getting things done through and with people. Now combining these two, operations management, it is the part of the organization or may be called as a function of the organization which is responsible to manage the activities related to produce goods or to provide services. In general, we can consider any organization as a system where there are some inputs and there is some transformation process, and finally we will get some output. The output may be in the form of product or service. So here we can look at operations management also as a system where we have the inputs in the form of capital, labor, information or any other resource. Here the transformation process, which may include storing, transportation, machining or any other operations related to machines, transformation process, packing, finishing, dispatching, whatever it is. And coming to the output part, we have products or services. So an operating system in general, the purpose is to utilize the physical resources in an optimal way in order to convert those inputs into outputs in order to satisfy the customer requirements. Now coming to the objectives of operations management. The objectives are twofold. One is from customer service, the other one is related to resource utilization. From customer point of view, customer satisfaction is very important for every organization. Now customer satisfaction can be achieved by providing the right quality of product, of right quantity, at right price and at right time. So if we could provide the products or services to the customers as per their expectations or beyond their expectations, we can achieve customer satisfaction. And here are some principal functions to achieve customer satisfaction. Manufacturing. If it is product oriented organization, the manufacturing system, the processes, control, everything, processes and process control should be such that the products are made as per the requirements of the customers in terms of the specifications, the material, the quality and so many other aspects which the customer demands. Coming to transportation, the products have to be transported from the point of manufacture to the point of sale. So it should be in accordance with the customer's due date for delivery and the means of transportation which we use to reach the customer. Then coming to the delivery part, customer expects the product to be delivered to him exactly as per his requirement or as per the order placed, and it should meet the quality, quantity, and functionality, etc. characteristics, and that too at right time. And coming to the service after sale, once we sell the product, and it doesn't end, because the customer will start using the product, and during its useful life period there may be several problems, maybe some technical issues may arise or any other problem which need to be solved in order to achieve customer satisfaction. So organizations need to provide service facility, and they must have some mechanism so that the customers, whoever purchase our products, may get the required service at optimal costs and in time, so that we can keep the product in good condition. Then coming to the resource utilization aspect, here the operations management focuses on optimal resource utilization. See, the resources may be men, material, machinery, money, etc. Coming to the scope of operations management, here we have production and operations management in the middle, and we have several functional aspects around this, starting from the location of facilities. In general, in order to identify an optimal location for a facility, we will consider several factors like the availability of land required for the organization, cost of the land and proximity to market, availability of raw material, availability of water, power, and facilities for the employees, etc. And there are some other factors, micro level and macro level factors, that we consider while identifying an optimal location for facilities. Once the facility is located, then within the space, how to construct the plant, and then how optimally we can arrange the machinery and equipment and provide aisles for movement between machinery and for material handling, etc. So in plant layout and material handling, we will determine the optimal arrangement of departments or different work centers within the plant. Other things like stores, then cafeteria, restrooms, and office. So these are the things which have to be arranged within the plant, and we have to decide on the kind of material handling device or system we have to adapt depending on the volume of production and quantities moved between different facilities. So we have different types of material handling equipments, like we can use trolleys, manually move materials from one place to the other place or one machine to the other machine, or we can use forklift trucks, or we can use conveyors, belt rope or chain conveyors, like that. And then coming to the product design, the operation management focus on the product design in order to have a simple design and ease of manufacturing, and consisting of simple steps, because if the product design is complicated, the production process will be lengthier and more stringent testing and quality control measures need to be taken in order to get the designed quality of the product. So in product design also, operations management will help in identifying the optimal product design, considering the manufacturability and material and other factors. Then coming to the process design, A product can be manufactured using different types of manufacturing processes. We may use either a machining process or assembling or some other processes. There are several processes. So the selection of optimal process and the sequence of operations which have to be carried out on the raw material in order to transform it into finished product will be determined in process design. Coming to production planning and control, production planning aims at identifying the future quantities of production, how much we have to produce and sell in different time periods. And coming to the production control, the processes may or may not happen, or things may go as per what we expect. Sometimes there may be deviations. So by production control, some measures will be taken to assess the actual production process and identify the deviations and reasons for deviation, and taking corrective measures in order to bring the process under control. Coming to the quality control, quality is what a customer expects from a product or service. So to what extent our product or service meets customer expectations determines the level of quality in the organization. So by quality control, there are several tools and techniques in order to assess the quality, and measures can be taken to improve the quality to meet the customer expectations or to exceed it if possible. And coming to the materials management aspect, in majority of manufacturing organizations, the materials in different forms, maybe raw material, component, or work in process, all this constitutes around 60 to 70% of the total working capital. So saving every rupee in materials, that is in terms of cost, it will be added to directly to the profits. So we have to identify proper methods of ordering, that is purchasing process, and then quantities to be purchased, that is we may use EOQ or any other model to find the optimal quantities of purchase, and optimal stores operational procedures in order to preserve the raw materials in good condition, and some other aspects related to materials management will be taken care of by operations management. Coming to the maintenance, maintenance means upkeeping the machines in good condition in order that the machines are always available for production people without any breakdown or damage to the operator. So maintenance management is concerned with identification of suitable maintenance method or strategy, whether to go for breakdown maintenance or preventive maintenance, depending on the costs associated with maintaining and upkeeping the machines. So this is how operations management will take care of each and every aspect in the production process or providing service to the customers. Now, if we look at the distinction between production management and operations management, here we can see the scope for production management is limited because it is connected only with the production or manufacturing organizations. It is limited to those type of organizations. But coming to the operations management, the scope is beyond the production or manufacturing processes. It includes service also. Now, for example, if you consider a debit card or credit card service provided by a bank, for example, the card which has a chip is a product. So those who make and supply this kind of cards, their job is limited to managing the production process, and they are not concerned with what kind of service the cards will provide. Whereas coming to the operations management, the bank or any financial institution which provides the debit or credit card for the customer, it has to take care of not only the functioning of the card, condition of the card, but also it has to take care of all the transactions. So if we just observe the difference between these two, you can easily understand the scope of production and operations managements. And coming to the focus, in production management, focus is limited only to optimal utilization of resources, and the techniques, tools and measures whatever we take will be to optimize the material cost, not only material, any other resource which we use in the actual manufacturing process. Coming to the scope of operations management, here the focus is unlimited because it includes optimization of materials, other resources, customer service and customer satisfaction. So we can treat operations management as version 2 of production management. Now coming to the characteristics of modern operations management, here we have manufacturing as a competitive advantage. Today in the global market, the competition is global, it's not local competition. Leaving alone those companies which operate in local environments, majority of the organizations are competing in the global environment where they need to follow some of the latest techniques in order to take the competitive advantage. Those techniques are total quality management, business process re-engineering, time-based competition, just-in-time, flexible manufacturing system, computer integrated manufacturing, focused factory and virtual corporation. So each of these techniques are very broad in their scope as well as application to the organization. So these can be taken care in some other videos where I will explain in detail about these concepts. And coming to the second thing, disappearance of smokestacks. Today you cannot see the smokestacks in most of the organizations because the smokestacks have been disappeared in majority of the organizations. In olden days we used to find out a smokestack leaving some smoke into the atmosphere. Today majority of the companies have been transformed into modern environment where the smokestacks are absent, no dirty environment, no dust, no smoke, no oil or any other things on the shop floor. So with the modernization of the production processes and less noise machines, less polluting machines, because the emphasis is more on the protecting environment. So because of the stringent rules and regulations by governments, the companies nowadays have grown to a level that they are providing protective environment to the labor, aesthetic and eco-friendly factory designs, and the transformation process today has become a wealth creation system instead of a conventional production system. So the production system is now transformed into a wealth creation system. And coming to the service orientation, earlier as I said, once the production is over, the persons who are involved in producing the products, they are unaware of where the product will go, and their responsibility ends once the product is finished or the product is sold. But today in the modern scenario, the seller's responsibility will last until the useful life period of the product. Suppose if you are purchasing any electronic good, which may last for some 5 or 10 years, say. Your responsibility is not over by simply selling the electronic good. You have to take care of the service also. So today, the organizations have transformed into service orientation. So the entire manufacturing system should be geared to intangible and perishable nature of services, in the constant interaction with customer or client, because we must interact with the customer. We have to take the feedback from the customer, calling them, and to know about any complaints or the level of satisfaction what they are getting from our product or service, all these things. And then small volumes of production to serve local markets. This is important because a company which is operating on a large scale, if everything is centralized, then naturally it may take longer times to provide service to the customers in case of any problem or technical issue arises. So small volumes of production in local markets, that means producing in the local market, selling in the local market, as well as, or if not possible to produce and sell locally, then you may sell it in nationally or internationally, but your service facility should be available to the customers locally. So local facilities to serve local markets, then increased presence of professionals instead of technicians. So in production management earlier, the focus is more on technicians who will take care of all the technical activities of the organization. But today the scenario is changed. Now the companies are looking for professionals instead of technicians, because professionals will handle things better and they can manage the customers or clients. And the last one is that small has become beautiful. According to Schumacher, he opposed giant organizations with great volumes of production with increased specialization, because his philosophy states that working in a small unit using moderate technology, that means need not go for a high technology or low technology, use moderate technology, work as a simple unit, and community ownership and regional workplaces utilizing the local skills available, labor and resources, to produce products and sell in the local markets. That is what he means to say about small is beautiful. But majority of the corporates will not agree with this statement, because they are fond of large scale production and large volume of products or services with huge profits and extended services. So thank you very much. For more videos, like, share and subscribe my channel. In some other video I will explain some other important and interesting concepts in operations management. Thank you very much.